Hello and welcome to viewers of Good Morning DRC TV. This morning I bring you an update on the situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo. We have learned today that a date has been set for a meeting between the M23 group and the government in Kinshasa. We want to let you know that obviously prior to this, if you watched my video yesterday, which was the 1st of April, there were conditions that were laid before any such meeting could take place. And we know that behind closed door, the Emir of Qatar has been working in order to materialize this meeting and bring peace in that region. One of the things that the M23 group was asking for, reminding you again that the M23 group is the rebel group, is the terrorist group. It is the group that killed more than 10,000 people recently in Goma, and this is Kagame's militia group in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Please, let's always remember that M23 equal Kagame. Right, so the M23 group, amongst the things that they asked, they wanted an amnesty for all the crimes that they have perpetrated. As you can see, the damage that they have done in the Democratic Republic of Congo in recent months here. 10,000 people have been killed, and the people that have lost their lives and the damage that has been done to the country, it is something that I think if this meeting does go ahead, remembering the fact that President Tshisekedi said he will never face the M23 group on a dialogue in order to give them his ears or to listen to what they have to say because he considered them as terrorists. Now, in the I don't know what has happened, but I do know that negotiations are taking place in order to bring peace in that region. But one thing must be remembered is the fact that this would not be the first time that Rwanda has aggressed the Democratic Republic of Congo. This will be the fourth time since 1994 that Rwanda has done this to the Democratic Republic of Congo. I will, on a separate video, talk about the many different times that they have done this same thing. So what is at stake here is this. What eventually will happen is this, is that the M23 group, rebel group, that is the militia group of Kagame, would like to sit down with the government in the Democratic Republic of Congo from Kinshasa and say to them, look, we as a group want this and that to be done. One of the things is that first of all, they must be represented at a national level as a political party. And this would mean that if they would have a quota in terms of the ministries, that is, if you like, the institutions of the country. Now, how you deal with people who've killed like this in Goma? They've shed blood of more than 10,000 people in the last 8 weeks. And these people are now ready to sit down and have a part of the cake, because this is all that they're fighting for. They're fighting so they can get, it's not their rights. They're asking for their part in the minerals and in the, if you like, the wealth of the Democratic of Congo. But this is not Kagame's country. This is not Kagame's territory, because all they're fighting for is for Rwanda. You need to know that they put people in front. Now, you look at what is happening in Goma. After all of this, these people are struggling. They have no money. They cannot do their business as they normally do it because the bank is closed. They have no money. They have no means or otherwise to feed their families. Look at the money now. What this man here is explaining the fact that he's losing money every day. They trade in dollars. Now that the banks are closed, they have no other means to go about doing their business. You go into the local market. Look at the women. They are working. It's unbelievable what the M23 group has done. They have made the lives of these women so difficult that you cannot believe. All of them have also lost their loved ones. So what happens? So we wait and we see, and then the M23 group, while all of this is so this has gone on their record to say that these people are so dangerous and they are an armed group, and therefore you must listen to them. It's what kind of country is this? If we accept, if the Democratic Republic of Congo accept to have these people integrated in the political system as they have done in the past, then this would be uh, an act of, in my eyes, an act of treason. I don't know about you, my listeners. You can give me your comments. Let me know what you think is happening. And look at the banks are closed. Nothing is happening in Goma. All these banks here, they're closed. There's nothing going on there to allow these people to live their normal lives. And people are fleeing. And here we see the government of Congo. They're now basically trying to help the elites understand what the situation is so that they can prepare the next generation to understand how to work so that this country of the Democratic Republic of Congo will not forget what has just happened in Goma. This is something that I applaud because these leaders, they need to know it, they need to be aware, they need to pass this down to the next generation, and they need to bear in mind that unless things like this do happen, then people will forget very, very quickly. But we should not forget what the M23 group has done. They have made lives very, very difficult for the millions of families. All these people, they have lost their loved ones. They have no place to go. They are in dire situation. And what do? We don't want to sit down and then congratulate Nangaa and say to him, look, you've done so well. Now you deserve a prize. And that prize will be what? You will become the next prime minister. Your guys can now join the army. They can become generals. And you will have mining sites and you will have access to the wealth of this country. Why? Because you have killed people. Nangaa, welcome. We want you. Kagame, welcome. Because whenever I say Nangaa, you have to see that behind Nangaa is Joseph Kabila, and behind Joseph Kabila is Kagame himself, and behind Kagame is the multinational, is international community. That means the US, that means Great Britain, that means France, that means Canada, and the EU. That lots of them are involved in what is going on in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Let's not forget, to date, we have lost more than 10 million people that have lost their lives for the cause of our country. Let's not forget this, because we're talking about 10,000 people that have died in the last 4 weeks alone. But how about since 1994, what Kagame has
Ce
been doing
génocide
to
dont nous
this
sommes
country's table?
victimes
Let's
depuis
listen
plus de
to
30
the
ans
foreign
doit
minister
s'arrêter.
who
Des
is
millions
awakening
de
people to
femmes
this reality.
congolaises et d'hommes congolais sont tués pour des gains économiques. Et cela doit prendre fin. Enough is enough. We need to talk about the Congolese genocide carried out for economic gains.
Des génocides se passent en République démocratique du Congo. Des génocides pour des gains économiques. Il est temps qu'on en parle.
On parle d'un conflit, on parle de conflit armé en RDC, on parle de la situation à l'est du pays, mais en fait il faut poser les mots, et le mot c'est celui de génocide.
And all of them are basically talking about the genocide that have taken place in the Democratic Republic of Congo. All these years, people didn't talk about the Kabila, who was there, never said a word about the killings that has taken place in the Democratic. He's an accomplice of Kagame, and they've done so much evil in that country. But now we must raise the voice. The younger ones, the next generation, must be aware. While we're talking, look what Kagame is doing. Look, he's just basically offloading his soldiers in the Democratic Republic of Congo to go and kill. This is Kagame's people. He's loading them there. This is in Bukavu. Look what they're doing. Look what they're doing. They are bringing more soldiers. So something must be done. The M23 group should never be trusted. Should never be trusted, because this is going on as I speak to you. This is happening. On the separate notes, I want to talk about the government in the DRC. What they're doing to this man here. This is a policeman who was trying to regulate traffic because there was some politicians in his escort, and now he tried to regulate, but now they killed this man here. This is what I'm saying. As much as I blame Kagame, the people in Congo need to wake up. The leaders need to stop their stupidity and begin to address things like this.